Hi! Before we begin, I want to remind you that there are two spots available in the horror one-shot that I'm going to be running in about a week and a half. We already have three players. We have Tyler and Alberto from the Super Smash Bros. Campaign. We also have Josh from the Dark and Terrible campaign. If you haven't seen the announcement video or the interest gauge video, please check it out. The link will be in the description. I think with one more player we are going to be set. But if there are two people interested, then 5 players in total. When it comes to today's video, this is all about the role player mindset. I thought about this because of something that I have heard every once in a while throughout the years. Sometimes people say, those that play tabletop RPGs are some of the smartest people that I know, or the most intelligent people. And I thought that is false because I know many morons, many foolish people that play tabletop RPGs. But then I thought that's when it comes to role players. That is, before I became aware of the distortions of non-role players in tabletop role-playing games, it didn't make too much sense, but this is actually true. Role players are more intelligent, smarter than the average individual, in my opinion. But non-role players in the hobby, those that pose as role players, but they are frauds, they are hoaxsters, they are hoaxes. They are not very intelligent. So when it comes to exploring the role player mindset, there are some very interesting things about it. But yes, sadly, those non-role players, they want to create distortions so that they do not expose their own lack of role-playing skills. They say that role-playing is acting, they say that role-playing is storytelling, they say that role-playing is a conversation, because in their ineptitude, in their mediocrity, they think those are the only areas where they have certain skills, but even so, they are still quite mediocre at those areas. So for example, someone that is an actor but doesn't know how to roleplay is going to say that roleplaying is acting. But you don't need acting. You don't need to act in the theater mindset as your character. You don't need to act at all when it comes to roleplay. Let me give you an example. My character approaches the inn master and asks for a room. The inn master tells you that there are no rooms available except for the haunted room at the back of the establishment. So you see, there was no acting whatsoever. I didn't say, "Excuse me, my good man, do you have any rooms available?" "None at all, except the..." You see? No acting needed. You can use acting in your role-playing sessions, but that is not part of the definition of playing a role. When it comes to storytelling, at least in a tabletop environment, you are not in a movie, you are not in a stage play. When it comes to telling a story, you are not telling a story about your characters. You are your characters. You are living the experience. You are role-playing. You are describing your actions. You are not telling someone about something that happened some time ago. You are not telling a story. Once upon a time, there was this man, blah, 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 and he did this and that. It is not that at all. No way, nothing related to that. Now that we got that trickery out of the way, and that's just like a final remark about that, non-role players, false role players, they will cling to these lies, because otherwise you realize that they do not roleplay and they have no idea and no interest on how to roleplay. They also lack the intelligence in most cases. Now, the role player is truly an intelligent and imaginative individual. The role player is traveling, wandering through dimensions. We have the real world and we have the fictional world. And you can shift your awareness, your mindset between the real and the fictional. And that's how you experience immersion, only through roleplay. It is a very delicate thing. Once you attain it, it is so powerful, but it is quite delicate, just like a song. Imagine playing the violin as I understand it, the violin is one of the most difficult instruments to learn. Those that do not take the time, the effort, do not have the interest, the intelligence to play the violin, they don't dedicate themselves to it, they will never achieve those beautiful melodies. It's the same thing with roleplay. You have to roleplay. You cannot be breaking immersion all the time, going out of character all the time, asking questions all the time. What do you do? Even if you do it once or twice, that it's like throwing a baseball at the window or at a mirror. You shatter things. And now you have this ugly looking thing in that place and you're like, ugh. That's why it's so important to remain in character. Because tabletop role-playing games are games, when it comes to the mechanics, inevitably you will have to make those rolls. You will have to announce your results. If you are using some meta currencies, you will have to announce the use of bennies, fate points, cards, interruptions, whatever. But you already arranged the mindset, the thought process to accept those eventualities. They have a reason. They have a reason for being in a session. Unlike, can my character do this? There is no reason for that because you can handle it through roleplay. What do you do? There is no reason for that. Just describe the situation and that's it. You see, you eliminate the unnecessary. Just like a sculptor, like when you are sculpting something, you are creating a statue, you are removing the unnecessary bits until the image within is revealed, the shape, the form. That's how someone that sculpts things, that's the mindset of the sculptor. He or she is looking at this block of stone or whatever material, it could be clay, and that artist sees so many unnecessary things, and he starts to remove those things until he removes the statue within. That's the same with roleplay. You eliminate unnecessary things. If the system has dice rolls, you need to take those dice rolls into consideration. Make a knowledge computer check. I rolled a 12. That's fine. It's part of the mechanics of the game. But can my character roll something to accomplish this? Yes. What do you do? Do you want to kind of like interact with the computer? Yes. I kind of like want to do. I want to do that. Yes, interact. Okay. Well, then you make a computer. You see, unnecessary, unneeded. The role player mindset is all about experiencing fictional realities and playing a game as well. So you have those two components. You are playing a role and you are using the mechanics of your chosen system. And in the case of diceless systems, you don't even need to roll or draw cards or anything. Or systems without randomizers, those that only take into account the stats of your characters, perhaps some resources. So you must always remove the unnecessary. That's proof of intelligence. The role player is very intelligent, especially when it comes to handling simulations. Because they can explore fictional realities, the role player is highly skilled at creating all sorts of scenarios, simulations about things, even things in real life. So it gives you an advantage in many areas of your life. You can see the outcome of many things before they happen, before you even attempt something. That is so valuable. So yes, I only wanted to point out that the role player mindset is all about that intelligent and imaginative approach. So I think it is true that those that roleplay, those that play tabletop role-playing games, those that actually roleplay in tabletop role-playing games, they are usually smarter than the average individual, in my opinion. As always, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your likes and your comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.